Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. Today's subject is all about what's it like to be trained by and take the IAM Roadsmart Advanced Rider Test. Throughout this video I'll explain to you all of the training and testing involved, and for all of you who haven't seen my channel before, then welcome and feel free to view some of my other videos as often they are interlinked. And of course don't forget to like and subscribe. So here we go. In the previous video I did explain that you simply cannot join for free, and in fact you must hand over a minimum of £225. £175 goes to the IM and £50 in advance of your training goes to your local appointed group to put petrol in the local observer's tank for up to 5 rides. Anything more than 5 rides, then it's between you and them. On arrival in this group you'll be offered to a local observer for the duration, and this is simply a rider who's previously passed the Advanced Rider Test at some standard and then gone on to complete the internal local observer course. This does not mean that they are indeed the best of advanced riders or indeed the best local observers, even though IAM Roadsmart explain that your local observer is an expert with passion to bring the information to life. In the group that I was part of, Tayside Advanced Motorcyclists, I never found this in any local observer. Please see my next video on how to become a local observer. It is a real eye-opener. So let's look at the training that you and your observer will achieve. You will arrive at a mutually agreed location, and at first you'll be asked to perform a standard eye test and ask some questions about how you maintained your motorcycle prior to leaving on that day. A route will be suggested and then you'll take a ride for perhaps 30 minutes, after which a debrief will be presented to you through the medium of coaching and feelings. Finally finished off with a revisitory trip to the highway code for some good old highway code questions. A report form will then be completed by the observer and a copy given to you for you to read and revise where needed in preparation for the next observed ride. This routine will be rinsed and repeated for possibly up to 10 times or more, depending upon your own personal progress. I believe the new focus for IAM Roadsmart is to nip it all in the bud, targeted at 5 rides, because beyond that, the local observer doesn't get paid anything. At some point throughout the training, you'll be informed that you are now test ready. And test ready means that you've reached a minimum standard of satisfactory across all the subject areas, and I personally don't agree with this, as the risk of skills fade prior to testing and failure of the test is too close because of the satisfactory standard. So here is a copy of the observer report which will be completed after each ride out, and a copy given to yourself, and across the top then is the number of rides that you go on, followed by the next row which is the scoring reference of 1 commended, 2 satisfactory and 3 requires development. In the left hand column is the subject areas, sub-broken down into the individual subjects, and then the third column in is where the scoring is given to those subject areas that you have been observed by your observer out on the ride. After 2 observed rides, I was informed that I was test ready because I'd achieved 1s in all of those boxes, but they state you only need to achieve 2s in all of the boxes. I have seen some riders that attended what was my local group at the time, the Tayside Advanced Motorcyclists, take over 12 rides before they became satisfactory and test ready. So now it's for you to call the IM and inform them that you are indeed test ready, and they will appoint an examiner and a location and a date. The test location is supposed to be an hour away from your local area, so it's unfamiliar to you. Obviously the IM think that nobody rides more than an hour away from their home. Quite bizarre. So test day arrives. You meet the examiner. Now this person is either a serving or ex Class 1 police rider. All this means is they pass the Class 1 police rider test at some point throughout their course of duty. And I've not yet met an examiner who actually has a qualification to examine. Depending on how long ago they passed their own Class 1 course, would leave their professional ability to be quite subjective. But examine they do. And they're not on a salary with the IAM Roadsmart, and there only used to be paid a small fee by them per test. My own examiner on the day was a guy called Lee Fisher, and he complained profusely that it's barely not worth his time and effort for turning up due to the petrol costs, mileage, servicing, etc. And by the time he gets back home, he's actually in debt. But you'll find the time with your examiner, therefore, will be short due to this, unless your name is Reg Local. You'll be given another eye test prior to the test, another route, and away you go. And at the end, normally before you've even managed to remove your helmet, you'll be informed of the test result either way. Once they complete your written report, you'll be given a copy, and away you go, successful or not. If successful, that is, you will then receive a certificate from the IM to prove you've passed, and this is where I disagree with the IM. To pass a rider who is merely satisfactory on the day is not good enough, when we can all, with effort, achieve higher. But the IM know that the volunteers work for free and are unlikely to want to work with you to that higher standard, if indeed they can achieve the higher standard themselves. Because just bear in mind, some local observers may have passed their IM test as a level 2 satisfactory, so it's impossible that they can train you to higher because they can't achieve it themselves. And my examiner informed me that he was instructed by them to go easy during testing due to this. And this makes a mockery of the whole of the IM Advanced promise via their advertising. The IM used to advertise that you could receive lower insurance premiums due to passing their tests, but I proved this to be untrue. And they have since reworded their advertised promise to their appointed insurance broker may offer competitive quotes. It's just not the same. I stated to the IM that we should at all times attempt to achieve a first standard with all riders who are capable, couldn't achieve on your own, and now you're riding on your own and the risk of skills fade is very possible, reducing your knowledge down to a level 3 rider, which requires development. That certificate that you've posted on your Facebook page isn't going to help you on the street when it all goes wrong. And I have evidence from other riders of this happening. Please see those additional videos. So in conclusion, what do I see as the value of IM Roadsmart's program? Well, in my opinion, all they have really is 2 acronyms, OAP and IPSCA. Other than that, what is the IM? It's simply references from the highway code, which they don't write, and the odd traffic law. Other than that, there's nothing else. They are staffed with ex-traffic police who have probably never worked in a civilian market or with civilians. Advanced rider training is supposed to be all about reducing deaths on the roads. But I cannot find any evidence that the numbers have ever been reduced in the 65 years of IM Roadsmart's experience. I have my own silver bullet suggestion which would reduce motorcycle deaths overnight. But groups like IM Roadsmart are not interested in what I have to say because my suggestions don't raise revenue for them. How do you think road deaths for motorcyclists could be reduced? I'll leave you with that thought. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, think safe, ride safe, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye for now.